Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Some serious pride.
At a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault, and that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther Ball club as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
On the return, the former Panther, it's Ted Ginn. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 24 carries, 97 yards.
And he scored his first touchdown of the year in last week's game. So now he's hoping that helps establish a rhythm. And maybe now he can score a few in bunches, starting with this one. You never know where motivation's going to come from. I remember 2016, Mark Ingram fumbled in 2 consecutive games and got benched in the second game, but bounced back to go over 1,000 yards for the season.
Yeah, first time in his 6 NFL years that he's done that, finished with 1,043. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Ingram again, a first down carry. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
Quarterback Drew Brees and head coach Sean Payton understand the passing game as well as anyone in the NFL, which led to a rating last year of #1 in passing and #1 in total overall offense. But the thing that they really do well is get the ball downfield. They understand holes in defenses, find receivers that way. But what they need to add, the running game, back to their mix. When they went to the Super Bowl and won it, they were number 6 in the NFL. Last season, number 16.
And it's caught. Kobe Fleener. Brees finding Fleener for New Orleans first.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
When I saw that the Carolina Panthers were ranked 21st in total defense in 2016, I thought it was a misprint. This is a very talented defense, but they didn't play up to those standards in 2016. Perhaps the loss of Josh Norman at corner hurt them in the secondary. Luke Kuechly, their middle linebacker and their heart and soul of their defense, wasn't able to play a complete season, and they didn't get the same pass rush in 2016 that they had in the previous year when they went to the Super Bowl.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
After the penalty, it's Ingram powering forward and now running right through it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by their 7th-year man out of Auburn, the 2015 NFL MVP. It's Cam Newton.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
The number 8 overall pick in the 2017 draft, Christian McCaffrey, to me, was the most complete running back coming out in the draft. He can run inside, gets to the perimeter, can catch the ball. In fact, I think he runs routes better than any receiver that came out in the draft. He's a complete package, and boy, will they have fun with him in Charlotte.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still third
So a
down.
costly penalty and now a tougher third down situation. The shotgun snap for Newton. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
An update from Buffalo. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Breeze now on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target. And now it's second down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Breeze will try again on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Breeze now on first down. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
On second down, Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Shotgun now for Breeze. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Julius Peppers in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. A look up to the scoreboard as time has run out on this first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Uptown Charlotte after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Now the 9th-year man from LSU, Thomas Morstead, on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. A reminder coming up in the Sunday night game, matchup you don't see very often, a rematch of Super Bowl 18. The Raiders traveling to Washington. And then tomorrow on Monday night, we'll see the Cowboys heading to the desert to take on the Cardinals.
Former NFC East rivals.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. On
first down, Breeze. Toward the sideline and look look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The 15 yards through the air and a first down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Breeze hands to Ingram, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
Ingram again. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 29. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment. Defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually third down, fourth down? They got them on second down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
Leaves this one with Kamara. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That man has still got it. Thomas Davis can do it all. Drop into coverage, rush the quarterback, and, of course, make plenty of tackles.
Closing in on 1,000 career tackles and consistent. Last year, 106 tackles. The year before, 105.
College safety turned linebacker in the NFL. What a career.
On second down, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints have taken the lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
That time, a 6-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Here's Newton now on second down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
From the gun, here's Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly, and an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one. Shakes out. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. Again, it's Breeze. It's complete. Fleener, right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Breeze to throw again. Bust through the tackle. It's a room to maneuver. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
This one fielded at the 5. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, LR.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Panthers trail at home at halftime. The Saints will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's roll those highlights. Now 2nd and 8. Breeze got the completion here, and this goes 17 yards for the score. The Saints take the early lead. Panthers with the ball early in the second. Here a throw deep down the field is caught, and this will go as a touchdown. Panthers tied up at 7. Saints have it early in the second. Meredith's by himself here, and he'll end up at their own 40-yard line before being tackled. Later on the drive, on the ground, here comes the rookie from Tennessee, Alvin Kamara, and he'd go in for the 6-yard touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. 1st and 10. Breeze is going to look for a gap. He takes off and ends up picking up 21 yards on this run. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you up to North Carolina for the second half with Brandon and Charles. Gents.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
Well, this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Dancing to and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
Throwing now is Breeze. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down following the run. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Breeze now to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
A give. This is Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Breeze to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And from the 3 now, it's 2nd and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
A 10-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. First down, it's Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
Yeah, sure consistent. The numbers the last couple of years almost identical, and both over 1,000-yard seasons. On first down, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And the Giants have scored to extend their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here. The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. A 10th carry for Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. And this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Saints were the best team in the NFL on 3rd down last year. 49% conversion rate. Helps when you have Drew Brees back there.
It certainly does, because he is just so analytical in everything he does. Goes through every progression on every snap in practice, so not much surprises him on game day.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The offense on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They come out here in the eye. Ball on the 3, 3rd down and goal. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Breeze now. And the tight end has it, Fleener. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Second down now after the incompletion. Throwing again. Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. The shotgun snap for Newton. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. It's Marshawn Lattimore, the rookie from Ohio State. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. Breeze now on first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They are in the fourth in Buffalo. It's the Bills who are leading that one. A win would be their second on the young season. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Kamara trying again, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second down, 8. Operating from the gun, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Cameron Artis-Payne. That'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyler Davison in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Newton to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now it's Newton. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now Kamara. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.